What's up YouTube, Crafty here, and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Sorry guys, no webcam, a little bit ill and you don't really want to see me blowing my nose constantly. So yeah, no webcam today. So yeah, moving on, we got some marquee matchups here that we completed. Just showing you obviously the bronze pack method here. You know, OP didn't have to buy any players for this, which was quite nice. So yeah, some marquee matchups. Pretty easy, these ones. Austria versus Rapid, so quite straightforward. If you do the bronze pack method, I'm sure you got loads in the club. So that was the first one down. We had the Freiburg versus Köln. You probably didn't have to use the goal players, but I used them just because they were in the club, and I needed some rares and some players that fit. So that's the reason why I done them. So into the two packs for those two squad builder challenges. Looking to get something nice, but our pack luck has not been on point, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a pretty bad pack right there. So yeah, I want to talk a little bit about this coming weekend. Obviously, we've got the Premier League FUT Champions weekends, which I'm a little apprehensive about because we haven't got two teams, so I need to get some fitness some way, somehow. I've got plenty of the squad fitnesses, but obviously I want to keep them to sell. Yeah, may have to do some bronze pack method to get some bronze fitness cards for our team, but we probably need to restock because we haven't opened any bronze packs for a while, so maybe not a bad thing. But yeah, a little bit apprehensive coming in because, as you well know, we don't really have a BPL team. We kind of have half of one, but I've kind of found a team finally that I feel reasonably comfortable with. I mean, the biggest point, the hardest thing for me was really finding a striker that kind of works, because there's not many great strikers in the BPL. There's some, like, you know, some good ones in there, but not kind of that next level like what we got in the form of Lacazette and Icardi. So it's a tough one. I mean, the most frustrating thing really, as you'll see, we've had a couple of good weeks, so we're still on for Elite for the month. So I really don't want to have a bad weekend this weekend where we go back to kind of where we were before, you know, gold 3 or just scraping gold 2. We really need to carry on and be hitting gold 1 and getting those decent rewards. So yeah, pretty frustrating. And then obviously the week after we've got the La Liga, Bundesliga, which again, you know, we've got kind of a shell of a Bundesliga team, but unfortunately we don't have kind of a La Liga team. Again, there's not really that many great players in there for the coins that we've got. You need to spend a lot of coins to pick up the likes of Bale and Suarez, Neymar, Ronaldo, those sorts of players. So yeah, what I'd like to see going forwards is I would like to see, like, you can put in free, say you got to have free BPL or a free Bundesliga players in your team, and then you can build a sort of a hybrid rather than having to go a full league, because what's effectively happening is you're selling all your team, losing all the coins for tax to build another team to go into FUT Champs and so on and so forth. So I should imagine they're going to keep up this for the next few weeks, but obviously if it's Calcio A, we're fine there because we've got a pretty decent Calcio A side. But it's just a bit frustrating, and it kind of, you know, the applause by EA, if you will, to kind of, you know, get coins off us, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of by the least. So yeah, we'll just have to see and wait what happens with that. Hopefully going forwards it does change. I do quite like there being some restrictions, but not being completely one league, because it's just going to be a bit of a pain really to do that. So hopefully that changes, and yeah, things will work out for us in the long run. Seen some players here that sold from sort of some different packs that we've opened. You see me completing the Liverpool versus Spurs one there. Had to buy some of those players, not too many, but most of them we had in the team. So it's another marquee matchup down. And we get a nice pack for this, but unfortunately, as our pack luck is pretty poor. So, again, we're probably not really making any coins. That Mustafi was quite nice. He'll come in handy for a leather squad building challenge, but other than that, not a great deal in there. So, hopefully that can change. Kind of been fed quite a lot of marquee matchups recently, which is nice, so long may that continue. And like I said earlier in the last episode, guys, I've got so much content to get through. I was kind of quick at editing it up, but not actually doing the recordings and things because I haven't felt that well. So I've been going to bed earlier than normal, so I can't really apologise enough. But I should be back to normal. But we got a lot of gameplay to get up, so how I'm going to do that, you're just going to have to bear with me. So maybe a double upload today, a double upload tomorrow, and a double upload on Saturday or Sunday or something to try and catch up and get back on track for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday videos. Going forwards as well, we kind of obviously we completed a full month of January, full month will be of February. We'll probably be able to do a full month of March, but April we won't be able to do because I'm away. I'm back for the beginning of May, but I'm away at the end of May. So that's going to be another couple of months where we're not going to be able to complete. So after that, it's probably going to be June. So would like to get as much kind of done going forwards as we can. And we'll just have to put up with the gold monthly rewards for those months. But yeah, it's hard. I'd really like to go and do these weekly leagues. It makes so much more sense. Obviously talked about in a previous video. We'd really like to see how that would work. So you've got all week to play the games rather than just at the weekends, because with summer coming up, you want to go out and do things. So we have to wait and see. So again, guys, you can see some players here that have sold, some from the bronze pack method and the silver packs. Some players were selling for a nice amount, so I dug deep and found them. So into Foot Champs gameplay. So we're still rocking with the two teams that we're kind of used to using. So the BPL Liga 1 hybrid and our Calcio A side. So start with our first game in Foot Champs, and things as per usual, we start pretty well for us. Gomez with a lovely weak foot shot from the top of the box and putting us 1-0 up. João Mario, he's a brilliant addition to the team. Really big fan of his. He's got like low defensive work rates, but he seems to always pull up and get involved at the right sort of time. So that's pretty awesome. And he's scoring some goals and getting some assists for us, which a lot of midfielders haven't. So choosing your midfielders wisely is definitely a good idea. Lacazette on 8 chem, a little bit hit and miss with it. He seems to be doing most of the time, but there's a few times where I feel like he needs that 10 chem. So something we'll be looking at probably going forwards. But throughout this 40 games of Foot Champs, we kept him on 8 chem, and he did do a job for us, so we can't moan. Sanchez doing a nice little shimmy there, lays the ball off to Ziminko. Pretty tough game, this one. Pretty dead game. Not a lot going on, but lucky for us in extra time. Bringing on the subs made a difference for us. Willian scoring a nice goal there to put us 2-0 up in extra time. So we pick up the win. So it's 2 out of 2, which is pretty nice. Against Team Wet Dreams. Nice name. So yeah, we go 2 for 2. No EA aids going on this weekend, which was nice as well. Always seems to make the difference. Obviously, we really struggled and got handicapped to the last weekend. So, but yeah, it started well in this game as well. Cardi leading the way, doing what he does best, slotting that away. But this guy was a reasonably tough opponent, a good player. Absolutely sold me there with Marshall, and equalises it up. But moving on, João Mario playing a nice ball into Icardi, and Icardi again doing what he does, slotting that one home to make it 2-1, and we end up winning that game. So we're 3 for 3, which is a really good start. Again, you can see I was definitely the better opponent there and definitely deserved the win. So it was nice to pick up that win. There's nothing worse. I think that frustrates me most about FUT Champs is when you actually deserve to win, but you don't pick up the win. This guy here with a full BPL side, questioning his strike force up there. But you'll see in a future video, we've actually got one of those players playing striker for us, and he's a bit of a beast. So I won't spoil that too much for you. Sanchez, I really rate Sanchez, but his passing's just a little bit off. So, you know, if he does get an inform or something, it's going to be incredible, but I'm sure he'd be pretty expensive. So still looking at Vidal to replace Sanchez at some stage. Lacazette getting a level 1 for us there. Ben Arthur, he's one that's kind of gone off the boil for us a little bit. He's still playing well, but he's not getting the goals and assists he was previously, although he does pick one up there. So we force a rage quit, and that means we go 4 for 4. So a really good start for us in FUT Champs. That guy didn't even have a shot on goal. No wonder he rage quit. So yeah, really good start for us in FUT Champs. And again, you know, we want to be pushing those elite monthly rewards. We're still yet to hit gold 1 for the weekly, so this weekend obviously was really keen on getting it. I kept the same teams because obviously we were used to them, and they were good enough to get us there, so it's just a matter of edging out those couple of extra wins. I mean, we missed out by 1 win last weekend, and that was because of us getting stitched up by EA. So yeah, more than doable. Want to be hitting those elite. That'd be great if we could hit elite for the for the weeklies and monthlies. Even if it's just elite 3, I'll be happy with that. If we could do that every week, it'd be pretty good achievement. I've been watching as well some of the pros play. Obviously, we've had a couple of regionals, and just kind of looking at them and the way they play, the styles, and what kind of works for them, and just trying to pick up a little tips. I'm not trying to copy what they do in that respect, because what they do doesn't necessarily work for me or you, but yeah, just picking up little ideas and different ways we can build up play, and what seems to be working, what's overpowered, and just trying to implement that into our gameplay where possible. And I think this weekend especially, I've done well with the defending, which has always been not the greatest part of my game. So yeah, as long as we can keep that up, we'll be doing well, and squaring the ones across goal that we normally miss and take the shot because we're not paying attention. It's definitely something I've been working on. As you can see here, 2 goals we scored from squaring the ball across rather than trying to take the ball forward and take a shot. So being 3-0 up against a good player with an insanely good team was nice. Unfortunately, you can see one late on, and the old Dele Alli. Saw a lot of Dele Alli because of the squad building challenge. And yeah, definitely look at picking him up shortly. But the guy got back into the game, absolutely does me like a kipper. So fair play to him. But we did manage to see out the game and win that one 3-2. But yeah, you can see quite an even game really, quite a boring game. Although I had a lot of the possession, there wasn't many chances created. So that puts us 5 wins out of our first 6. Which is not too bad. So yeah, moving on. This guy had a random bronze. I'm pretty sure he shipped him out straight away for Kante, I believe. But he did have that silver right back, which I was looking to abuse. Cardi just smashing that one home to put us 1-0 up, which was another good start for us. Always seem to start games well. It's just we need to finish off our opponents a bit better. And that's exactly what we did here. Get super lucky. Ball comes to Icardi and he smashes that one across goal to make it 2. Plays the ball into Gomez here. He smashes one in the top bins and that makes it 3-0. And the guy had enough. So another rage quit. So we've been picking up the rage quits early on. These were all Friday nights games. Again, didn't get enough games in as I wanted to. Always like to get sort of 15 games in on the Friday night, but it's not always possible. Coming up against another very good team. He's got Informed Sun and Informed Grey up top with that SBC Chan, which I'm still gutted I don't have due to EA. But yeah, I get super unlucky in the 90th minute. I've gone past him and the kind of AI just decided to stick a leg out. I've gone past him. I haven't pressed circle. Trips him up in the 90th minute. Nothing to do with me. and unfortunately we give away a penalty, which this guy does step up, and unfortunately he does score. So yeah, a pretty bad way to kind of go out, but you can kind of see from the stats that it was kind of probably pretty deserved. He did carve out a lot of chances, although I did have a lot of the possession. So yeah, pretty sucky way to go out. But yeah, you know, you can't win them all. But that's going to be it for today. So yeah, we managed to get 8 games in, and basically pick up 6 wins, which isn't too bad. So if we can continue that, we'll have a very good weekend. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you're new around here, please like, comment, rate and subscribe as usual, guys. But until next time, take care. Peace.